This week we're going to highlight the latest soybean crop developments in Brazil and Argentina. We're also going to highlight a weakening export program for U.S. beans and wrap things up with a long-term view of November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We moved into the end of February here. It's the midpoint of the crop year, and the soybean market remains historically weak over the last several months. Let's start out this week looking at trends in South America, specifically starting out in Argentina, where those soybeans are produced. In Argentina, we have four key provinces here: Buenos Aires, Cordoba, Santa Fe, and Santiago del Estero. A little over 80% of the beans are produced in those four provinces. Now, the beans in the north are in the pod fill stage, whereas the double crop beans in the south are in the pod set stage. Let's take a look at the weather over the short term. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. Again, variation in terms of crop development here, but looking at the last 14 days, notice in the south where those beans are setting pods, if you will, it looks pretty good over the most part there in Cordoba as well as Buenos Aires. Now looking at the next 10 days, next 14 days, it's going to be dry. So that'll be good for the finishing beans, but no beans are being harvested yet. So really no rainfall the next 14 days is not really a good finish for the beans. But I'll emphasize this is not a catastrophic situation in comparison to last year where they had half a crop. Now let's quantify over the next 14 days. Next 14 days, you can see it's a bit dry there in Cordoba, Buenos Aires. Not the ideal situation, but again, not 100-degree temperature, no rain at all, just not the ideal finish. So I would say at the moment, perhaps taking the top end off the Argentina production. Let's switch gears now and look at trends in Brazil. Let's take a look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. In Brazil, a number of key states here, starting in the north. The largest state is Mato Grosso, and all the way extending down to the south. Paraná is the second largest producing state. Rio Grande do Sul, the farthest south state, is actually the beans are setting pods at the moment. So that gives you an idea of the divergence where they're harvesting beans in Mato Grosso and they're setting pods in Rio Grande do Sul. So let's look at the harvest progress here. In Mato Grosso, nearly 70% of the beans are harvested, so it's been a fairly rapid harvest season here. A little bit above last year. You can see 38% done nationwide in that lower right-hand corner compared to 34% last year. Let's now take a look at the short-term weather trends for Brazil. Now Brazil, again, remember, in the north they're harvesting. In the south, particularly in Rio Grande do Sul, still benefit from rain. So the last 14 days, you can see for the most part it's been fairly dry there in Mato Grosso, which has been favorable for harvest progress. You look at the far south there, Rio Grande do Sul, they've had some rain, not excessive amounts, but some rain, so maybe a little bit of improvement in that growing season at the end of the year for the southern state of Rio Grande do Sul. Now let's look at the next 14 days, very dry in the north, which is nearly ideal for harvest progress in the north. In the south, they're getting some rain there. You can see some light green in Rio Grande do Sul, so that'll favor those beans. So rapid harvest in the north, a little bit more of a favorable condition in the south. Let's switch gears now and look at export prospects for the U.S. Our slide here looks at unshipped bean sales. They have really dropped off here. Despite a 3-year low in nearby soybean futures, export sales for the week ending February 15th were a marketing year low and 71% below the 4-week average. So the key highlight here, Advanced Trading, we've lowered our export forecast to 1.665 billion bushels. You can see that's 55 million bushels below the USDA. So unfortunately, we're not very optimistic on exports at the moment. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November bean futures. On November beans, as we tape here on Tuesday, trading around $11.30 a bushel. The February crop insurance period will close here on February 29th. It looks like it's going to be in $11.55, $11.57, somewhere in that area for the monthly average for the base crop insurance price. We strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to defend your balance sheet. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. Remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.